These problems are review for Lesson 1-4 and Lesson 1-5. The first problem is -3 plus 2. You can get help using a number line for these problems. And starting at 0 in the middle here, looking at the first number, -3, you can go back 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and you'd be right here at -3. Then you'd look at the next number, which is +2, meaning you'd be going to the right. So you ended up at -3. So you'd be then going to the right, 1, 2, and you'd end up back here at -1, which would be your answer. And remember, another way to look at this is you have opposite signs. Opposite signs meaning you would subtract. So you would do 3 minus 2, of course, which would be 1. And then you would look at the two numbers, 3 and 2. And just numerically, the 3 is a bigger number. So you would circle that and see that the sign is negative in front of it. So you know your answer would be a -1. So opposite signs, subtract the two numbers, use the sign of the larger number. The next problem is -8 minus 10. So if they have the same sign, you would add the numbers together. So you would take the 10 plus the 8 because they're both negative. So you're adding these two negatives together. But you would know that since they are both negative numbers, you know the answer is going to be a negative number. So you would just take the two negatives and add them together. 10 plus 8 is of course 18. And the answer would be negative because both of those signs are negative. And the last one is -8 minus a -10. You're subtracting a negative number. So that's pretty much adding. You're subtracting a negative. You're taking away a negative. So if you do this for every one of these problems, put the line, convert that to a plus. So now you have -8 plus 10. Then you have a similar problem to what you've done before. You have opposite signs. So you subtract the two numbers. Since those two signs are opposite, -8 and +10, you would subtract those two numbers. Of course, 10 minus 8 is 2. Then you would look at the two numbers, 8 and 10. 10 is the larger number. The 10 is positive, so your answer would be positive. You don't need to write the plus in front of the 2, but you may do that to remind yourself the answer is positive.